Hello and welcome to my tutorial on how to use our fantastic product, the Hayo'u Chisel. This is a head to toe tool. It does everything. Therefore, brace yourself, ladies and gents, because we're going to start at the top and we're going to work our way down. But I'm going to do my very best to make this fun and entertaining as I possibly can. So let's start with our hair. Now, the first thing that you'll notice about the tool is that it's got all these different sides and all of these different serrations. In fact, I call it a serration sensation because that's exactly what it is. You get all these gorgeous sensations of serrations. So the first thing to say is that what I like to do when I start with my head is I start with the slightly thicker area here, and you can just massage in little circles all over the head. So you want to take that all over the scalp, all the way from the front, going in lines, but little spirals, all the way down to the back, and then you can spiral it all the way back up to the front, like so. Now, once you've done that, then you can turn the thing round and you can then, if you wish, use the slightly lighter mode here. Now, if you've got a headache, I would actually do the lighter mode first and then swap to the heavier. But if you've just got a sort of normal stressy day and you're like, oh, I want to get in there, start with the heavy one and then go to the lighter one after that. You can use either or both. It doesn't matter. It really just depends on which one you'd rather have. Before we go any further with this, the cool thing about this tool is that because it's made of ceramic, it's really easy to keep clean. So now I've just kind of done my hair. I'm now about to go on my face. It needs a little rinse. So the first thing I'm going to do is just give it a quick little rinse with just a nice hand soap. I'm just going to give it a nice little rinse, which means now absolutely fine to use on my face. And if you use a little hypoallergenic spray, you can of course share the tool amongst family members, which is quite handy. Now what we're going to do is use that lovely area here on the face. Now you can do this as part of your gouacha routine, okay? So when you would put gouacha oil on your face, which I'm just going to go and get, we would use gouacha oil on the face, which is the Hayo'u oil, because it's the oil specifically created for gouacha. So you would do this on skin, which has been toned and moisturized and cleaned. Take it down the neck, take it on the décolletage, and now you're ready to go. So you can use the lovely serration here, this bit here, and you can do a beautiful feeling. This is really good if you've got a bit of a tension headache. It's also really good if you're getting lines here, okay, because this is the liver area of the body. And I've noticed that using this tool on this area feels absolutely magnificent. It's also a really lovely sensation around the edge, going along the chin, over the lips, over this area, which is for me a real problem area because I tend to get very entrenched lip lines here. So I'm finding that using this tool is fantastic for my lips. And because it's quite a nice broad surface area, I can really go all the way up the sides, down the sides. You can do spirals, you can do sweeps, okay, you can do both. Now, if we're talking about face gouacha, the tool also lends itself to basic face gouacha as well because it has the smooth edges in addition to the serrations. So we can just do lovely sweeps. You can turn it round and you can really follow the contours of the face, sweeping the tool. And the thing about ceramic is it's very smooth and gentle on the skin, okay, and it retains its temperature well. So as a result, you're going to get a very, very nice gouacha result. So it also works either on itself or also in conjunction with the other gouacha tools as well. Then you can take it down the neck. So for the neck, I like to use this little bit here. So again, I'm just spiraling down and then I can just quickly pivot the tool. So I can go from spiraling like that to just there, straight down into the serration. And then I can take the tool across the shoulders. And now this is where the serration is really going to start to kind of come into impact. This broader brush area here is absolutely fantastic for going down across swathes of slightly fleshier areas of the body, which tend to be the backs of the arms, stomach, bottom, and upper thighs. But you can use that part of the tool all over the body, but in this case, just the actual arms itself, and just feeling it just going down the channels is fantastic. Then what I want to do is apply a little bit of extra oil just down into the abdominal area. So I'm just going to rub the oil down the sides. Normally when you're doing this yourself, you're naked in your bathroom. I'm not, because I need to have clothes on, otherwise this would get banned from YouTube. So what I'm doing here is, again, I'm focusing on the serration because that's the really exciting bit of the tool, okay? Because everybody's going nuts for serration right now because it's so fantastic. It's sensational. So I'm taking the big bit here and I'm just swathing down the sides of my body like so. and then taking it around the front, down the sides. And what's great about this tool is it's light but strong. Okay, so it's really easy to hold, it's really easy to apply pressure, it's really easy to get the results. I mean, you can see that red flush coming up straight away, which is exactly what it's doing, because it's getting right into the fascia. It's getting into the damaged tissue underneath the surface of my skin. You can see the tissue's damaged, you can see the impact that's having on my waist. The other thing here is that this little bit here is really, really good for kind of stuck fascia. It's really good for TMJ, so just a little bit of massage there, just kind of if that's got a little bit stuck. But it's also really good, for example, if you've got stuck fibers. Now I've got a stuck bit of tissue just here, you can kind of see it on my abdominal line. So I find that just going in with this very targeted serrated end is incredibly helpful. So I'm just going to go sort of straight in on that, and it really gets into the nooks and the crannies. In terms of the bottom of the legs, I can't oil my bottom for obvious reasons, but I'm just going to apply some oil to my legs just to show you what to do. And you want to go all the way down. You don't just want to target the kind of what we call the target areas. The target areas are one aspect of the whole. And the thing about a tool like this is it's working deeply into the fascia. And fascia is connective tissue. So connective tissue by definition connects. And therefore really you want to kind of target all over the body. So again, I'm taking that lovely deep serration just here to start with, and I'm just going to go, I would normally have oil on my bottom, so I would be going down the bottom as well, and then down the sides and the backs of the legs. And this feels really powerful, okay? This is quick. This is going to have a very appealing and energizing sensation on your body straight away. Okay, so that's that bit. And then what I would do is flip the tool again to go to this medium level here, which is where I was showing you on the head to start with. And then I'm going to do the same thing, and I'm going to go down the sides of the body, either sweeping like this or spiraling like this. And what you're going to find is that the variation of the pressures is going to make you want to use the tool in a different way. So for example, the really big serration here feels, in my case, because I've got quite heavy thighs, the side of the tool that I want to use up in the heavier tissue of the body. But the minute I get down to my calf and there's not so much adipose tissue, I want to turn the tool and go to that medium bit there. And then it feels absolutely the spot on serration. It feels like the perfect chord. And I don't know if you can see there's a little bit of red flush coming straight away. Because the thing to be aware of is that the channels of the body flow all over the body. And the lower part, which is the knees downwards and elbows downwards, are where we have something called command points. And we use them a lot in acupuncture because they command the energy of the body. But you don't have to know all that. You just have to know they're there. And if you start using a tool like this, you're going to start energizing the channels, and the command points come alive all by themselves, because bodies are designed to be healthy. Bodies like to be healthy. So the minute you give them what they want, bodies have a habit of regenerating themselves quite nicely, thank you very much. It's going to make you feel the best possible version that you possibly can, because it's working with your body's mechanisms so easily well. So that is a very simple explanation, just there on the legs. So just to say that on the top of the legs, I was using this bit. Then I went to the bottom of the legs here. Now you can then also go to the lighter area as well. So you can orbit between the three surfaces, kind of heavy, medium, and light. And you can work for yourself with which one feels the best, because your healing is feeling and your body's going to tell you which one it likes. And this one really is more for kind of specific little stuck areas. This little surface here is fantastic for kind of the nooks and crannies of the body. So this is very good for kind of gouacha of the fingers, of the wrists, of the jaw, of the side of the neck. It's really good for the elbow. It's really good for the ankles. It's good for the sides of the feet. It's good for kind of getting in there. And then absolutely last, but by no means least, is it offers you acupressure as well. This little bit here, particularly, is fantastic for acupressure. So let me just show you a couple of really simple acupressure points, like this one here. Absolute bliss. This is called yin tang. This is really good for relaxing the body. Sides of the nose, sides of the mouth. Here's just a handful of beautiful points which I use for facial acupressure. Really good points. I do this every night as part of my beauty routine. So simple. So there you have it, a rather sensational tool offering you so many health benefits. Okay, there are so many things that this tool offers you. Just experiment with the different surfaces. You will find that with this, the different levels of serrations are just going to transform your self-care, and above all, going to absolutely leave you feeling fantastic, which is how I'd like you to feel. Relaxed yet energized and enjoying your day.